I got 8 classes in law school, and now I'm a lawyer. I'm gonna share the story of how I ended up getting into law school, why I was confident that I would get into law school. I decided that I wanted to study law in the 11th grade. At the time, I was really nervous on whether or not I would end up getting into law school because a little bit of background. So I did high school in Sydney, and of course, for to get into certain courses, there is this thing called an ATAR. And for the law, for a Bachelor of Laws, usually the ATAR is in the 90s. So yeah, in 11th grade, I was quite nervous on whether or not I will reach that ATAR to study law. But in grade 12, Macquarie University had a program called the Global Leadership Entry Program. Keep in mind that this was in 2018. I'm not able to answer any questions on if they still do this program now, because this was years ago. Basically, what this program does is that you put in an application based on, and you add in all your extracurricular activities, any leadership activities or roles that you have done in the past, and then you apply for the course that you want. The courses that had the higher ATAR, such as law, were the most competitive. The ones that were average ATAR, lower ATAR, or not too high, they were the ones that were least competitive compared to law. Obviously, I was applying for a very competitive course. I put in my application for this program around term 2 of grade 12. And then 2 weeks later, I ended up getting a place, the Bachelor of Laws degree. I ended up earning my place in a law course, term 2 in year 12. So that was locked in as long as I have done my HSC exams. So the requirement is you need to still do your HSC exam, but it doesn't matter what ATAR you get. This is still locked in. So someone could have gotten like an ATAR of 5 and they still got a locked in place here. For the rest of high school, don't get me wrong, I was a bit of a stress head in high school. I still wanted to do really well, even though I got this locked in place. But I had a lot of pressure weight lifted off my shoulders, knowing that I had this walking into my HSC exams. So spoiler alert, I did not get a 90 plus ATAR. My ATAR was lower than that. It was in the 80s. I can't tell you exactly, but it was definitely in the 80s. But it didn't matter that my ATAR didn't hit the required ATAR for this course because I've already had this locked in. And I'm really extremely grateful that at the time I was in high school, I had this opportunity to